Hello, everybody. Welcome to You Need Balance. I'm Skylar, and you might see Lily here joining us a little bit. We're going to focus on decreasing stress, depression, and anxiety today with our balanced movement flow. So this is great if you want to focus on a little bit of the rejuvenating pieces of the practice, or I'll give you options to advance a little bit and just challenge yourself physically and mentally. So we'll start in a nice comfortable seat. I always suggest putting a little cushion under your hips if that feels comfortable, and just rising your hips a little bit. And we'll take a big deep breath up together as we raise our arms up overhead. Take a big deep breath in. See if you can reach a little bit higher. And exhale, release your fingertips down to the ground. And on your next inhale, you'll just reach your left palm up and start to lift and stretch to your side. Slowly stretch back down, bring your left fingertips to the ground and reaching your right palm up and over, stretching out your side. Slowly bring both palms back to the ground and you'll lift both arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your arms out like a T. Inhale, start to cross your elbows, right elbow underneath your left, and see if you can twist your palms. You might feel really tight in the upper back here, so just stay here and breathe, or see if you can slowly start bringing your palms together like eagle arms and try to stretch your elbows far away from your chest. Deep inhale. And exhale, slowly start to unwind all the way back out to a T. Open up your chest, bring your palms up and try to pinch your thumbs back behind you. Big inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms back out to a T. This time your left elbow crosses underneath the right. See if you can bend your elbows, coming just as far as you can. Maybe you can bring your palms together in front of your face. Try to lift your elbows and stretch them away from your chest. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And on your inhale, slowly release all the way up. Bring your arms back behind you, palms down, fingertips facing away, and just let your chest open up. Deep breathing. This is a great chest opener. Palms down, and then start to bend your elbows back behind you. See if you can get a nice stretch through the forearm and then slowly shake out the wrists. And if you need to switch the cross in your legs, if your legs are crossed, then this is a great time to do so. And you're going to bring your right hand out nice and long and just start to stretch your fingertips out. So our hands and our feet get a lot of work throughout the day, and we often don't give them enough tender love and care. So we're going to focus on our hands and our feet today. And slowly start to stretch your palms out as far as you can, and then pull your shoulder blades down and back. Lift your spine up nice and tall. See if you can imagine pressing your palms out on the wall in front of you without hunching forward. Pull those shoulder blades back. Now try to twist one palm down at a time, like you're corkscrewing your fingers down into the ground. Same thing, you're trying to reach and lengthen through the wrist, still pulling your shoulders down and back. And then we'll do the same thing. See if you can just lengthen your fingertips one at a time as you start pulling them down and out. Same thing on this side. Deep breathing. We're taking care of our fingers and toes and our hands and our feet, and just circle your wrist side to side, both directions. And then we'll just turn, straighten out the legs, come to a nice Dandasana, staff posture. Toes are pointed, legs are engaged, shoulders down and back, and try to press your hands down into the ground. And then from here, I want you to try to make a fist and try to put the back of your hand down on the ground as you start stretching through the forearm. And just notice a nice little stretch here. And then slowly turn and place your palms face down with your fingers facing back behind you, and try to bend your elbows as you're stretching through the forearm. Deep breathing here. Deep inhale and deep exhale. And then sit up tall, bring your arms out and just circle your wrists around. And maybe Willie will be a good boy and he can lay down right here on the mat to get nice and comfortable as we circle out our wrists. And now you can see your toes. So as you're circling out your wrists, see if you can wiggle your toes. Notice if you feel any pain, maybe circling your ankles. And if sitting up tall with your legs straight like this is really tough, then the same thing, I encourage you to use a block or a pillow or a blanket underneath your sit bones. Just lift your hips up. And then slowly inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Try to spread your fingers and your toes as far apart as possible. I'll turn my hand to face you so you can see just spreading them out nice and far, and then try to squeeze them in, adduction. So you're abducting your fingers and your toes, and then adducting, bring them close together. See if you can control each little individual joint. One more time, try to stretch and bring them back together. And then we'll slowly just cross the ankles and we'll come all the way over onto all fours. You want to lay down, buddy? Come here. Good boy. From all fours, we're going to start to adapt our hands to the ground. So I want you to first spread your fingertips as far as you can and place them both on the ground like you're pressing down into the ground and pushing your chest away. Notice what that feels like. And then try to turn the inside of your elbows forward. Notice your shoulder blades locking down and in. And then tuck your toes under and try to just lift the knees off the ground and slowly lower them back down. This is a great place to practice engaging your core. So if the next few phases and progressions of this movement are not what you're feeling today, then just stay right here as you're on all fours. You're just practicing lifting your knees off the ground and back down, okay? The next progression is to lift your knees off the ground and then step your left foot to the outside of your hand. And if you'd like to challenge yourself, try to keep the knees hovering over the ground the whole time. And if you'd like to go to the next progression, then you're going to twist the same side hand as you twist your torso and reach up towards the sky. Notice your back knee is still hovering over the ground if you're working on that stabilization. You can also try the same twist with the knee on the ground if you'd like. Nice job. The next progression here, still focusing on the hands. We're still working on strengthening these wrists. Make sure your whole hand, your fingertips, and everything are pressing down evenly, especially your thumb and your pointer finger, which we often forget about. The next step is as you're twisting, you're going to tap the back knee in and out. And then place your hand back down and switch. Twist, tap the back knee in and out. So this is your quadruped lunge flow. And I'm showing you a few different options so that regardless of where you are today or whenever you take this video, you can know how you can continue to move at the pace that you need at this time. Listen to your body. All right, tapping in and out. And then finally, we'll do one more on this side to keep it even. Then we have one more progression. Step forward. This time, you're going to pull your arm back instead of reaching up, and you're going to kick your front leg through and all the way back down. So we're trying to hover into this quadruped position. You're stepping forward. The only difference with this progression, instead of twisting, you're rowing your elbow back and then kicking your back leg through. Okay, so this requires control. We're not trying to move fast here. We're trying to find body control. Deep breathing. Okay, so hopefully by now you have found the progression that works best for you. And now try to sync your breath. Inhale as you step forward into your progression. Exhale as you step back into quadruped. Inhale as you lunge forward, whichever your progression you're doing. Exhale back into quadruped. Find your core stability. Here we go. We're moving under control. Find your breath. Find your progression. If you'd like to try another progression, try it. Try one on each side. And then you can always drop your knees down and push your hips back into child's pose for a break. Okay? So as a reminder, you can always just be here practicing, hovering your knees over the ground. Listen to your body. See if you can push yourself. See how you feel as you start balancing on your hands and your feet. In any position here, our feet and our hands are so important in maintaining that stability, that movement. Let's go ahead and drop the knees and we'll all meet here in child's pose. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale, slowly rock forward into cobra. Little active recovery here. Exhale, push the hips back into child's pose. Inhale, rock forward into cobra. Exhale, back into child's pose. Now, the way our hands adapt to the ground is also so important in order to maintain our downward dog posture. So let's think about our hands here as we start to exhale into our first downward dog and inhale into cobra. So again, we're slowly progressing here with this flow. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, cobra. You can stay with child's pose if downward dog is not in the cards for you today. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. One more like this. Think about pulling your belly button up as you exhale up into downward dog. And then start to pedal out your feet, just bending one knee and then the other. Notice how your toes are feeling. Maybe you roll over your toes, getting access to every little joint, all of your intrinsic muscles here. And then let's check back at the hands. In downward dog, you want to gaze back towards your belly button, but we're just going to look forward for a second just to make sure our hands are evenly pressing into the ground. And you're going to try to wrap your elbows, the elbow armpits forward, and then try to press your chest back as you pull your belly button up and reach your heels down. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Now let's see if you can slowly start to bend your elbows. Slow and control this eccentric portion of the downward dog push-up, and then push yourself back to downward dog. You can always drop down to child's pose if you like. Inhale as you slowly bend your elbows. Exhale as you press up, downward dog. Inhale, bend those elbows, under control here. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, bend those elbows. Exhale, downward dog. Keep breathing here. Inhale, bend those elbows. We're getting all of this oxygen, movement, and blood flow to help keep our heart and our brain healthy. And if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you check out our Spotify playlist so that you don't have to listen to a dog barking in the background. Right, Millie? You want to come up here and tell everybody how you're feeling? We're trying to decrease stress and anxiety here. And everyone is crushing these downward dog push-ups, so I doubt they want to hear you. Right, buddy? We're almost there. Stay strong with me. So check out the Spotify playlist. You Need the Lab. You Need Balance. Or play your own music. Listen to your favorite tunes. It's a great way to get yourself in the right mood, the right mindset. We're almost there. One more. Here we go. Deep inhale down. Exhale up, downward dog. Now your arms might be tired, but we're still going to use the arms to slowly walk back all the way to your toes and let yourself hang here. If you need to bend your knees, that's okay. But I want your hands to be in contact with something. So maybe reaching for your toes or just reaching down. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands back. Find the integrity in your hands. See if you can find that perfect downward dog position. And now we're marching our arms back. We're focusing on our hands today. Deep breathing and slowly walk your arms back out. Downward dog. So if you like, you can always use child's pose. Remember those stretches that we did with our wrists and our fingers at the beginning. You can keep doing those if you feel like you need a little bit of a recovery session today. And if you want a little bit more of a challenge, see if you can walk further past your downward dog, maybe past your plank, and then walk all the way back. This beautiful hand walk posture. Okay, maybe you can heel toe your toes in a little bit more. Try to keep your feet parallel. Nice, strong arms. Inhale as you walk forward. Exhale as you walk back. See if you can actually take a full breath each time. Big inhale. Big exhale. And if you feel like you are not quite there yet, you need more of a breath for each of these movements, that's okay. You'll slowly start practicing being able to control your breath. Now this time I want you to let your head relax. And on your inhale, think about painting your fingertips up the front of your legs as you start rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, letting your shoulders roll back and your head be the last thing to stand tall. And let's circle out the wrists. A lot of work on the wrists. Great job. And what I want you to do is now press your hands out just like we did as we were seated. Turn your palms down and then turn them up. And turn your palms down and turn them up. And so right now you might be thinking, okay, this is a finger exercise or a wrist exercise, but notice what's happening all the way up your arm. You might feel your radial ulnar joints rotating, but also think about your shoulder. What do you notice about your shoulders? You're actually, as you're twisting your hands down, you can pull your shoulders down and back. Your shoulder blades are pinching down, downward rotation, externally rotating your shoulders. So that's the feeling you want to get comfortable with when you're thinking about posture. There are all of these different movements. Try to think about grabbing onto a metal bar and you're trying to bend it down. Notice this feeling. Try to find that strong posture in all of these movements. And now we'll go through a few sun salutations to get warm. Let's bring your big toes together, a little bit of space between the heels. Inhale, rise your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Don't forget to view the first flow video for different modifications if you need. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your feet back into plank. This is our first one, so we're going to spend some time here, locking our elbows in. Sometimes I like to take some extra movements like pointing and flexing my toes, just kind of rolling over my toes, engaging the core, finding that neutral spine. And then when you're ready, your exhale slowly starts to bend your elbows as you lower your chest slow and controlled to the ground. And on your inhale, you lift your chest, pointing your toes. See if you can keep your thighs off the ground for upward dog. Exhale, see if you can push your hips up, rolling over your toes to downward dog. Our hands and our toes, we're relying on them right now. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep inhale, deep exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale, let's rise up on the toes, bend the knees, push the hips up. See if you can take one step to bring your feet up to your hands. Again, bending your knees if you need to, slowly starting to fold forward and inhale, rise up. Squeeze your glutes as you tuck your tailbone, rise your arms up overhead. Exhale, release your arms down to Samasthiti, equal parts standing. Your heel, the balls of your feet are evenly pressing down into the ground. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, rise your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Hold just for one breath here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. One more deep inhale, and use your exhale to slowly lower, coming down to your knees if you need to. And then inhale, point the toes, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. From here, swivel the left heel down, step the right foot through, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, bending the front knee, deep reach as you inhale, and exhale, fold forward, plant the hands. Your version of vinyasa here, slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. If you'd like an extra challenge, go through that push-up again. Exhale, downward dog. Right heel swivels through, left foot steps to the top, rising up, strong legs, warrior 1. Bending this front knee. See if you can sip in a little bit more air at the top and exhale, fold. Planting your hands, step your foot back, slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, come through for that push-up. If you like, exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Looking forward to the days that we can travel again. Maybe flying in a plane. One more deep breath. And slowly take your time through this transition. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Bend your knees, push your hips back. See if you can step 1 foot at a time up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise your arms up overhead. Tuck your tailbone. Sink down a little bit deeper. Find a few deep breaths here. Deep in, deep out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We're going to go into a few single leg balances here. So we're working on our feet now. See if from this fierce, powerful posture, can you rock your balance, shift your center of gravity as you rock from your toes to your heels while keeping your knees bent, your tailbone tucked, and your arm reaching out nice and long. Now, find some stillness. Great, deep breathing. Pull those shoulders down and back. Now, can you shift your weight from side to side? Engaging all of your stability muscles here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Find some empowerment here. This is called fierce, powerful posture. Utkatasana for a reason. Try to find that power. And then find some stillness. And inhale, straighten out your legs, open up your arms, and find yourself back in Samasthiti. Deep breath in, clench your fists, and then open up your fingertips. Deep breath out, clench your fists, open up your fingertips. And one more time, clench, and open. Now we'll inhale the arms up, bend the knees, and then start to twist. Open your arms up, twisting your torso towards the right. You can stay here, or you can try to bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Maybe you stop here, or you can bring your palms together, pressing your palms in together. See how much you can squeeze. And notice your knees are pressing against your elbows pressing against your knees, and you're finding some leverage to help twist a little bit further. See if you can find your balance. If you're here, press that right foot into the ground so much that you find stability. See if you can start peeling your left foot off the ground. And maybe you just start by pulling the heel up and back down. And if you're ready, find your focus, find your balance. See if you can step that left foot back into a low lunge until you come into this sort of variation of revolved side angle. Deep breathing. Another variation here is to start extending. You can bring your palm to the ground. You can sweep your palm up and overhead. You can even try to twist this heel down to the ground, like you're reaching your pinky side toe back and down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then on your inhale, lift with your obliques as you come back to this high lunge. So maybe your heel is up, depending on the variation that you took. And on your next inhale, we're just going to twist back to this high lunge. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more deep inhale. Feel the legs. Find the stability. On your exhale, we're opening up to warrior two. So now see if you can widen your stance a little bit. Bend into this front knee. Let those muscles work here in the stabilization. Reach your arms out nice and long. Exhale, pinch your shoulder blades back. Inhale, bring your palms together, squeezing your chest. Exhale, pinch your shoulder blades back. Inhale, squeeze your chest, palms together. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades back. Inhale, palms together. And then on your next exhale, we're going to slowly start to come back to this warrior two. Reach your fingertips long from wall to wall. Inhale, flip your right palm up and stretch out through your side. Exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way down to frame out your front foot. Turn into this low lunge. And then we'll do one twist, just like we did at the beginning in our quadruped lunge flow. Exhale, bring that palm back down. Step back into plank. You can choose your vinyasa. If you need a break, use child pose. Notice your hands adapting to the ground. Use your extra push-up if you're looking for it today. Deep inhale, deep exhale. On your next inhale, rise up on your toes, bend your knees. Practice this lightness as you pull your belly button in to help stem your feet forward to your forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise your arms up, tuck your tailbone, fierce, powerful posture. Back here, we're shifting our weight side to side, maybe even forward and back, mixing it up a little bit. Try to make yourself guess. Are you going to shift to the side or are you going to shift toe to heel? Deep breathing, catching yourself off balance. And then slowly start to twist. We're opening the chest up this time, now towards the left. And this time you can try to bring your elbow down to the outside of your left knee. So we're finding this twist. See if you can try to bring your palms together. Notice if one knee is pushing forward to the other. Try to pull it back so they stay nice and even. If you're feeling unbalanced, keep looking down. And if you're ready, try to turn your gaze up. Notice if you want to try extending the arms or keeping the palms together. And then from here, you're going to start to shift your weight onto that left foot. Find your balance. And you might start by peeling your right heel up and then putting it back down. Just practice rolling up on the toes. And if you feel like you can put most of your weight on that left foot, find your focal point. See if you can slowly start to step back into this lunge. We're in one type of version of revolve side angle. So see if you can start extending the arms if you'd like. Open up the chest. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you're trying to put both shoulder blades on that wall. So you don't want to be hunched forward. You want to be opened up here. Maybe you can turn this back heel down so this pinky side of your foot is reaching down towards the mat. Find this focus. Deep inhale, deep exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly rise up into this high line. So you can start to, if your heel was down, pull it up. Bending into this front knee, you're getting a lot of stabilization here. Feel the energy moving through your body, shoulders down and back. If you're taking an inhale and you shrug, on your exhale, try to pull those shoulders back, reset, shake it out a little bit. Sometimes you need a little extra movement to breathe. On your exhale, we're going to open the arms out nice and long, warrior two. Still bending into this front leg. Try to keep that shin parallel. See if you can reach long through that pinky side of the foot. Reach your arms out nice and long. And here we go. Exhale, pinch the shoulder blades back. Inhale, palms together. Squeeze the chest. Exhale, pinch your shoulder blades back. Inhale, palms together. Squeeze your chest. Exhale, pinch the shoulder blades back. Inhale, squeeze the chest. And on your exhale, we're coming back to a nice, strong warrior two. What type of warrior are you today? Hopefully a balanced one. So find this reaching from wall to wall, and then we'll inhale, flip the left palm up, stretch through the side nice and long, and exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way back down, framing out that front foot, and this time we'll twist the torso to the left, just like we did in that quadruped lunge position. Bring that hand back down, step back into plank, your version of vinyasa. Slowly lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in. You can always use child's pose when you need it. Deep breath out. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. On your next inhale, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, push your hips up, and maybe you take a few little hops, trying to find balance on the hands until you can come all the way up, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise your arms up, tuck your tailbone. Exhale, release the arms down by the side. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. One more time. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, down and back. Beautiful job. Inhale, start to rise the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step your feet back into this plank position. Let's see if we can balance on one leg. Try to lift your left leg back behind you. Toes are still pointing down. Internally rotating your hips. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift the opposite leg, lengthen. Exhale, down. Notice your hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Make sure your thumb and your pointer finger are pressing down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Find your balance. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more each leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Slowly drop your knees down. Press your hips back into child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You know, I have some clients who actually have a greater tuberosity on the front of their tibia, their shin. And so child's pose is not quite accessible because it puts a lot of pressure on that shin bone. So if that happens to be you, let's bring those knees out wide. Another option here, and just try to press the hips back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Yoga is a great practice to move controlled, finding the union between your mind, your breath, and your body. And it can help you identify different areas that you hold tension, or maybe differences or asymmetries within your body. So if you have any questions as you're going through these classes, make sure you reach out to us at the lab. We can help you. Now inhale, slowly rock forward, and we're going to come into a seat with your legs straight. We're going to go through a Marichyasana series. Left leg is straight, right leg is bent. We're going to start by inhaling, reaching your arms up tall. Exhale, fold forward, pull your belly button in, reach for that foot. If you can't reach the foot, that's okay. Slowly start making your way there. Inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale, fold forward. If the bind is something that you're working on, I want you to release your right hand, turn your thumb down and around as you reach as far as you can and wrapping around your shin. And then your left thumb turns down and around, reaching out as far as you can and then around your back. And eventually the wrapper is the grabber and you're working to bind. And this bind then allows you to fold. I'm pulling my shoulder, my armpit back on my knee, and my knee is pushing forward on my shoulder so I can find this leverage to fold even a little bit deeper. And if this isn't accessible to you yet, find a rope, find a strap, find something that you can grab onto and slowly inch your hands closer and closer and closer until eventually you find this bind. Inhale, lift your chest, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, slowly release. We're twisting the torso to the right. Find this twist here. The first option is to wrap your left arm around your knee, hug it into your chest. Bring your right hand behind you for the support, lengthening the spine. As you breathe here, inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist a little bit further. Follow me if you want to try for the bind. We're going to release the left arm, bring it to the outside of the right knee. See if you can reach as far as you can, and then turn your thumb down. Try to wrap it around this knee here. Nuzzle it into that angle. And you might stay here for a few weeks, a few months. Keep this other leg active. And then if you're feeling ready, see if you can release this back arm and come around and reach the hands together. Again, inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Finding your breath. Notice how your hands are connecting if you have the bind. And if you don't, notice where your hands are. Are they connecting to your shin? Are they connecting to the ground? How is your posture? How is your technique? We're taking care of our hands and our feet today. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring your hands over to the left for a quick little counter twist. And then as you come through center, straighten both legs, reach for your toes. And on your inhale, slowly control your way down. See how long you can inhale and engage your core until you come all the way down to the ground. And then your exhale, pull your belly button in. Lift your chest as you reach for your toes. And then we'll slowly come into Marichyasana A and C on the opposite side. Right leg is strong and long. Left knee bends so it's pointing straight up towards the sky. Inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for that foot as close as you can. This is option one. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. If you would like to try the bind on this side, just remember every side might be different. You might not be completely symmetrical on each side. Actually, you probably aren't. So you're going to take your left arm and you're going to reach it as far as you can. Start to turn the thumb down as you wrap around your shin. And then the same thing, this opposite arm, right arm, reach out long, turn the thumb down. See if you can find the bind. Grab those hands together. And if you have the bind, same idea, you're trying to pull your armpit back on your shin and your shin is pushing forward and you're pulling your belly button in to find that fold. Deep breathing. With each breath, you're working on getting a little bit deeper into the posture, or maybe you're just finding a little bit more about yourself. Are you able to hold on here? Are you able to keep this leg strong? The toe is pointed, the quad is engaged. You might even start to feel a little shakiness in there. That's all right. Keep breathing. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, slowly release. Now we're starting to twist the torso towards that knee. Use your right arm to hug the left knee into your chest. First option to bring the left hand behind you for support. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale and start to come into the bind if you'd like. The right arm is going to reach long as you reach around the outside of the knee. And if you feel comfortable, you can bring your opposite hand up. Thanks, buddy. And around, looking for that bind. And see if your fingertips can maybe grab. All right? Finding that stretch. Now I have more room. So you're trying to nuzzling that wrist round, and then finding this twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit further. And if you do have the bind, it's helpful to look forward for a second. Make sure you're not pulling your knee in. There should be equal force here. Trying to keep your knee pointing straight up. And on your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly release, little counter twist over to the side, bringing your hands to the ground on the right side of your body. And then exhale, straighten both legs out. Inhale your arms up and stretch forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then use your inhale. Use your core control to slowly start to unwind. All the way down. Maybe you can hold on a little bit more at the bottom. Good job, buddy. And then slowly let yourself come back down. And then from here, we'll do just a little bit of sit bone practice. See if you can roll all the way up and practice balancing on your sit bone. Can you do this, buddy? Maybe. And then slowly come back down nice and low. See if you can exhale, come back up. High boat, low boat, since my view is being stolen by this monster. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. You can always tap your heels down if you're feeling any pain in your back. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. One more time. Exhale, up. And then slowly cross your ankles and come back to a seat. Great job. We're going to slowly start to unwind today. As you bring your hands into a fist and then slowly start bringing them out wide, twisting them around. See how far you can twist in each direction and then bring them into a fist again. And then open them up nice and wide. And then we're going to bring our feet to the ground. See if you can lift your big toe up and leave your other toes on the ground. Sit up tall. And then put your big toe down. Lift your other toes up. And then maybe you can even play the piano, accordion style. Bringing all of your toes up and then letting your pinky toe go down first. And then bringing all of your toes up, let the big toe go down first. And just see if you can control your little intrinsic feet muscles. And because we demand so much on our hands and our feet, during this stay-at-home time, treat yourself to an at-home mani-pedi. I don't care who you are. You don't have to paint your nails a color, but give yourself a little bit of a foot scrub. Cut your toenails. Give yourself a nice file. Maybe a little massage, which we're going to do at the end for today. So you're going to slowly come back down and lay flat on your back for Shavasana. And from here, as you lay down, I first want you to point and flex your toes. Notice how they're feeling today. And then maybe wiggle your toes all around. And then I want you to bring your right arm up, kind of like you're a zombie. The hand is just nice and loose. And your left thumb is going to come to the inside of the palm, and you're going to try to press in and stretch your fingers down to feel this nice forearm stretch. And then slowly release. We're going to do the same thing. So the left arm is up, the palm is like a zombie hand. And then the right thumb presses into the palm and stretches up. And then we'll do the opposite. Now your palm is up, and your left hand is going to pull your fingertips down. And we'll slowly switch, palm up, pull your fingertips down. And slowly just circle out your wrists, let your fingertips paint themselves all the way down to the ground, and find a nice, relaxed state. And a lot of people will tend to stop the video at this point. They got most of the physical movement out of the way. But it's important to give yourself at least a minute of time to be still. Give yourself a mindful moment to take a full body scan. Notice how you feel. Notice the work that you put in today. How do you feel before and after your movement, your workout, your exercise, whatever you want to call it? And start to notice if you feel a little bit less stressed or anxious or depressed or whatever feelings you had before. And maybe you listen to music or comedy and that helps. Or you do yoga or some type of movement or exercise daily and that helps. But it's important for you to recognize how you feel and how the things that you do, things that you can control, can actually help and support your mood. So I encourage you to mix up your workouts, mix up your routines, your exercises, maybe try some Tai Chi or just something different to give yourself a little bit of excitement or new movement throughout the day. And as you lay here listening to the birds, I want you to take a big deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And on your next inhale, reach your arms overhead. See if you can interlock your thumbs together and pull your body apart, reaching from wall to wall, making yourself as long as you can. And then exhale, slowly release and curl up into a tight ball, maybe rocking side to side, massaging your back into the ground. And I hope that you notice different types of exercises that you've been doing. You might even feel more relaxed. You might be sleeping better. You might even have lower blood pressure or lower resting heart rate, all positive signs. And consider what you can do with the rest of your day to encourage good feelings, good positive feelings, as you maintain this balance between the mind and the body and the breath. And take your time slowly getting up to a seat. You can always stay here if you have more time. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or you're having trouble getting set up with your workout from home space, make sure you contact us. You can always contact me, Skylar, SKYLAR, at youneedthelab.com. And we'd be happy to help you set up your virtual space, whether it be through video or setting up any space that you have, even if you're in a studio apartment. And feel free to like the videos or favorite them if you would like to try them again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to check out our video on cooking and follow us on Instagram.